let's take a look at power hour. So power hour is, I sent an email out to you yesterday, or Gerald did. So there's an afternoon power hour, and then there's a morning power hour. So the difference is the afternoon is typically 3 to 4. In the morning, the standard power, I like 9 to 10, but typically a lot of traders consider power hour 9:30 to 10:30. So, but I do like the 9 to 10 level and also the 3 to 4 level. What that means is that we want to look at setups in those power hour levels. So that's where a lot of volume picks up. So power hour is defined as a period of high volume, high volatility, and this creates great opportunities for us on the strategy you're going to be getting for outer zone trades. 9 to 10 is a really good power hour for the S&P. And then also we have power hour at the close. We know at 3:50 to 4 o'clock, we get a really nice surge in the market typically, and we had it yesterday. So you can look for the zone breakouts via the strategy, the new update you're getting, and also the indicator. So both of them are great opportunities, power hour in the morning and power hour in the evening. Some traders only trade power hour. So the strategy I'm sending out to you is preset for power hour trades, the outer zone trade and also the zone breakout trader. So make sure we're aware of that going into the session every day, that the power hour levels are time to make sure we are looking to get in. So if you look at yesterday, it happened right at 3:30. So I have preset the strategy. If you noticed yesterday, the strategies are finished, and Gerald and I, for about an hour in the room, we were working on the workspaces, as you can tell yesterday. And you notice I have a workspace that's set up to pick up this 3:30 to 4 o'clock surge, and that is that is on the zone break. So the zone break specifically will show these yellow candles that will go when there is a breakout on the zone break in the trading room, and also the strategy and also the indicator. So I do have that preset for you to pick up the morning power hour. There's a time window in the strategy, and then also I have it preset to pick it up in the evening also. So you can indicator this in, or you can strategy. Now the indicator, yesterday when Derek was in the room, Derek had a beautiful failure trade short before the failure came up yesterday. We were talking in the room. If you go back, look at the chat, Derek and I was talking at this level, and he had a great question. The S&P was at this level, and Derek said, hey, about high value area, when can we counter this market, or when can we look to short the market on a, he wanted to look at, see if the market's going to go retrace. And there's two ways you can do it. Market profile was sitting down here at a high value area. You'd want to, there's only two ways you can take a retracement in the market, which is a corrective wave. One, you have to wait till you get back inside a high value market profile, which is over here on our white charts. Or two, you can look for a failure setup. Well, on the indicator that we are sending out to you guys, there's only two setups that's marked on that indicator. If I come into the indicator and I look at it, it has a slingshot and a failure. So on this one, Gerald yesterday set up the workspace for you guys to pick up the failure and then also the slingshot here. So it's going to pick up the slingshot and the failure, and then we have the zone break it will pick up also. So we always stock two trade setups in the room. We stock the outer zone trade and the zone break. So at 9 to 10, we'll look to pick up the zone, the outer edge trade again during this power hour coming up in 30 minutes. But also the failure trade. So when it's up here, Derek ended up picking a nice short in the room. So before this yellow candle came up, I said the only trade setup would be getting below high value, and then we could look for a short opportunity, or look for this arrow to pop up. This arrow will pop up automatically against zone trend, which it did. This arrow will pop up, and this yellow candle will fire off. So this yellow candle will fire off. It fired off right at this swing yesterday. So we're talking about it right in here, that's the next setup we'd look for. The short was, what, 99? Derek, what'd you get filled? 98 3/4, I believe, if I recall you correctly. 98 3/4, he got short here in the room. It's a nice short there, and put a shout out to him. He had a real big day yesterday. Good job. So 98 3/4 short, and it got as low as 84. So that's a 10-point potential trade off of a failure trade. The indicator will show it will get a beep on your computer. It will start beeping when this yellow bar forms. So that is one of the trades. That is called a failure trade. A failure trade is against zone trend, and typically the best ones will happen if the market's been moving hard up or hard down, and it gives you a nice little retracement as a 10-point play in the S&P. But what I said, and this is also, let's talk about the oscillator down. I was talking about Derek yesterday before this happened, is I said this oscillator, we were right here. We were paid below -100. I said this oscillator needs to go up and stay below the 40 threshold, and it was right here is 30, 36. And I said it has to go back below. So the trigger on this trade, I was telling him, would have to go back below -100 and see an arrow form. So it went back below -100, and sure enough, the arrow formed right exactly in a yellow bar. We'll fire for you guys, and that was a 99 as a 10-point. So that's the first setup. The other two setups that you can look for that the indicator will beat for you guys and turn a yellow bar is the outer edge or outer zone slingshot. And then the third one is our zone break. Now the outer edge happens when the market is in range or chop typically. Or if it's trending hard outside of profile, you want to take outer zone slingshots with the trend. And three are the zone breaks. The zone breaks work really, really well during power hour because of volume and volatility. So those are your three setups. Failure setups don't come up a lot. We discussed this for months and months and months as setup because it's so, I gotta spell failure, right? We discussed this setup extensively for months because it catches that big nice swing down or swing up when the market is pushed down hard or pushed up hard. Outer zone slingshot works really good where you get outside of this edge. So the outer slingshot, you work outside of the edge here, and then you get a yellow candle that forms to pull you in for the deep retracement. And then the zone break are these dots. This would be a zone break. So what happened afterwards was a zone break. So you can see that it never got to the outer edge, but then the zone break, a yellow bar will form. Now I want to give you a little heads up on doing this, and Thomas, our member in the room, picked this up. And I appreciate Thomas picking this up also. So I appreciate your feedback in the room, guys, that you give. You notice my oscillator, we talked about this for months and months extensively, getting into a weak or strong market, using this oscillator with my zone break. So if we were breaking these dots, which is my zone break, the yellow bar will automatically form. But look at this oscillator. Notice how it got below a -100 and was pegged, flatlined right here, going into the zone break. I mean, that is weakness, major weakness. So that gave an opportunity, 84 potential all the way down to 69. All right, over a 13-point trade. It just came off of a 10-point potential failure trade, right into a zone break, a 13-point potential trade. But notice both of them had that oscillator confirmation. And this oscillator, we put this on your charts yesterday because we'll make up the workspaces. Gerald plans on shipping this out to everybody. We talked yesterday, Monday. I'm getting the PDF finished by Sunday. So we're planning on shipping this out Monday or Tuesday. Is that correct, Gerald? Are we all still on the same timeline? We're planning on shipping this out Monday or Tuesday to you guys to get this out to you if everything goes as planned. And then I'm going to work on the PDF and put all these settings in so you have a reference. But the bottom line is that use this oscillator for confirmation. So this failure setup, it went up, crashed below -100, arrow formed, Your speakers went off right there for that short, 10-point potential. This is where the strategy broke. The strategy broke here. But look at the oscillator. The oscillator was weak. It was already below negative 100. You see this little, it broke down, retraced a little bit, and then flatlined again. Typically what will happen if you break down, you come up and you flatline for a couple bars, that market is in a trend. You see it came down here, retraced, but never flatlined. Then the market retraced, so that's not trending. Came up, retraced, didn't flatline, not retraced. But this came up, flatlined into the zone break, gave us a nice little thing. And then Sal, Aaron, good job. And Derek, again, you guys picked up this one in the afternoon. You guys were on this one, so good job. On the zone break, they were talking about this one also, the breakout there at 1249. Look at the oscillator. My oscillator got above positive 100. It broke out, retraced, flatlined for a couple bars, and then it shot straight up. That's called a zone breakout because it's above my dots. In the afternoon, we get the power hour trade. You guys were all over this in the room chatting this one up, where we got the power hour trade into the close. There it is. There's your power hour trade. I just went over, but take a look at it again. What happened? Is in a stronger market. You got above positive 100. It comes up. Look at the retracement. Makes like a little cup and handle formation there, little cup and handle. And then it starts flatlining for a couple bars, and then it starts trending. So it was already into a stronger market. It was already into a stronger market before it broke out on this zone break, and that's what I like. Yeah, you can overlay anything over the top of the charts you want. Terrence asked if you can overlay profile charts. You can overlay anything you want on charts. You can. You don't need to because it's right beside the chart, but you can do that. So these will turn yellow, like I said. If it's an outer zone, the outer zone will look like this. It will turn yellow. So if it gets to the outer zone, gets it back inside the outer zone, it will turn yellow also. So, and it will give you a audible alert on your speakers. So you have three setups that's going to give you an audible alert. The outer zone, which we'll look for this morning, the zone break, and then the failure trade right here that went off yesterday. So it was a nice trading day yesterday. We got the failure for over 10 points potential, zone break over 13 points of potential. This zone break potential was what? 88 3/4. The high was 01, 12-point potential in the S&P. And then we got the zone break potential into the power hour close, 5,100 up to 14 S&P point potential there. So just a beautiful day trading the S&P yesterday, but all was confirmed with the oscillator below. All right, so that's how you can use power hour. Now, what are we going to look for this morning? So knowing our setups, here's what we're going to look for. We'll get a yellow bar that forms if we break out of our zone break here, our candle, or we'll get a yellow candle if we get below, if we break our zone break down here also. I'm sorry, right there below our zone break. So we're going to look to buy this retracement, and if it gets below, it closes back inside, the candle will turn yellow. If it breaks out of the zone, it will turn yellow there for a breakout trade. Okay? Now, how we're going to set up the room to make it easy for you guys, we're going to set it up like this, just to make sure we're on the same page. We're going to set it up so you can look at it per market. We're going to make market profile a little bit bigger because profile is very, very effective. Profile comes with the upgrade. So we know profile right now, the breakdown in an imbalanced market is 94 1/4. That will put us below here if we do have a breakdown today below 92.5. If it does not close back inside for a outer zone retracement, we may have a zone breakdown forming. So these are outer edge levels, but we're gonna make the workspace like this for you. So then, like yesterday's trades, it's gonna be right in front of you. You're gonna see it, all the trades right in front of you on per market. So then if you want to set up, it's so cheap out there to buy monitors now. You can buy a $150, $200 monitor, take a USB cord, plug it into your computer, and have several monitors. So if you want to trade different markets, I would educate traders to put market profile beside this one main chart that you trade off of, and you're good to go. What I will do in the PDF, if you're a strategy trader, like I love the 112.12 on the outer edge trade. It's one of my most effective Renko charts on an outer edge trade on the S&P. So I will show you how to set that up on the strategies also. If you want to use just the indicator, that is preset already with instructions on the PDF, and Gerald's going to set that up. But this is how we're going to roll with the room. We're going to roll with the S&P and the S&P here to the right and S&P market profile here to the left. If you want to set up several different monitors to watch different markets, you can set up the NASDAQ to both, the crude oil to both, gold to both. All you got to do is change both charts to, because these are already the same. Change the charts to whatever you want to do, Russell 2000 or what have you. Okay. The third, so that's the package we're having come out to you. If everything goes well, when I talked to Gerald, we did the workspaces yesterday. We should have, if everything goes well, Monday or Tuesday of next week, it should be in your hands. So, secondly, the third thing, what we're going to do next is separately is our zone breakout. Our scalper. Now, our scalper is where it looks for trade setups when the market goes, consolidates, breaks out, or a more momentum trader. So this is going to come on our with a separate file and a separate PDF. So what this tries to do is it scouts. What it does, it looks for consolidation breakout. So you'll look for consolidations. It'll have its own PDF. This is yesterday's trades. Had a nice day trading yesterday on the NASDAQ futures. So it will consolidate, breakout trades. Had a real nice day yesterday picking up these breakout trades. But this works on all markets also. But this is called the scalper. This is where the market's trying to, you're looking for 8 to 12 ticks on a push, on your initial push, and then you can try to let the runner run. But that is a separate file with a separate PDF. So what you're going to get is you're going to get this, like right now. If you're trading the S&P, we know what we're looking for to trade now. We're looking to trade 3 setups. We're looking to trade this breakout. We're looking to trade this outer zone retracement when these yellow candles form. And we're looking to trade the failure trade, right? Just like yesterday. Yesterday, here they fired up live. There's the breakout. There's the zone breakout, fired live. There's the zone breakout, fired live. And there's a failure trade that fired live after I talked about it. I was talking about before this even happened. All right, so that's how our workspace is going to be set up. What I want to do is I want to focus this trading room on the S&P to make market profile big with all these 3 setups firing off. You traders that have that lease the program, you can set up and cookie cut this on any markets that you want to trade. We're going to focus on the S&P in the room. I think if we spread ourselves out too thick on these 3 setups and we start looking at all these different markets at the same time, it causes new traders to become confused. And if you can't make ticks off the S&P, you probably can't make ticks on any other market, because the S&P is the most highest volume traded instrument out there in the futures market. So there's a lot of volume that comes in. The scalper also, now the scalper, I like the NASDAQ the best, but it works on, I had it running on the Dow yesterday. I had it, so the markets on the scalper I like the best. I have it running right now. I like the Dow, I like the Russell 2000, I like the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ futures on the scalper. I think you guys will really enjoy the scalper software also. As far as these 3 setups go, we are leaving the workspace like this. So right when Gerald ships this out, we're going down to the S&P. It's going to look just like this in the room. We're going to have the S&P here, looking for the zone breakout. There's your retracement. And then there's your market profile to the right. We're going to make it a little bigger. And then we're going to have the failure trade fire here also. When you want to cookie cut it and trade different instruments, because you can trade as many instruments as you guys desire on your own computers, just change the, if you put it on different, if you guys have 3, 4 different monitors or what have you, or you can put it on the same monitor, you can put these all on the same monitor if you want. we're going to save these workspaces for you. Okay, that's what we did yesterday.